Artists have long been attracted to Gowanus, Brooklyn, in fact, for decades. But with changes to the neighborhood, including thousands of new apartments, many are worried about being priced out. Brooklyn reporter Hannah Kliger on a plan to keep them home.
The writing is on the wall, but given the history here, it's a message of hope. These 120-year-old bricks, which used to serve as a transit power station, have stood the test of time. But time has not always been kind to these walls or the adjacent polluted Gowanus Canal. The building was once abandoned for decades and served as a home for squatters, earning it the nickname the Batcave.
It was an absolute disaster in here. The roof had caved in by that point. There was a lake in here. At one point in the late 90s, we had up to 50 street artists who were living here.
In 2012, it was purchased by Powerhouse Arts, a nonprofit committed to keeping creative fabrication in Gowanus, says Eric Shiner, who now leads the organization.
We have wood shops, metal shops, printmaking, ceramics, textile. We have a public art department that makes large-scale sculpture.
It took a massive renovation and a $20 million environmental remediation to address decades of pollution. Last year, the nonprofit formally launched at the now landmarked site with the goal of providing workshop space and full-time employment to artists, many of whom worry about the amount of change happening here. Leaders at the organization say they wanted to preserve as much of the original building as possible, including decades-old graffiti left here long ago by squatters, as a way to remember the artists who tried to make it here when it was still known as the Batcave. Now, printmakers operate massive machines to create fine art.
As the New York real estate market has changed so much, these workshops and collaborative spaces are disappearing.
In the ceramic studio, pottery makers like Carolyn Heffron have space to work.
So there was always this sort of DIY spirit to the Gowanus and different industrial buildings, and that just seems to mostly be gone now.
What is it about Gowanus that has always attracted artists?
It is historically a site of production, a site of industry, a site of people bringing their skills together from all over the world.
Powerhouse Arts says everything from the creative fabrication to the graffiti-covered walls to the organization's name is a nod to how much artists have nurtured this neighborhood.
I love that it started with power and giving power out to the city, and we hope that we're giving a different kind of power today.
And it's a way to allow them to remain here as the community changes. In Gowanus, Brooklyn, Hannah Kliger, CBS News, New York.